everyone, it is Jeannie from A1 Vacuum and Sewing, and I am going to be finishing up the Hoppin' Down the Bunny Trail pillow front because I am going to do the putting it all together in a serger class. And what I'm going to start with is ripping something out because when I went ahead and sewed it all together, of course, I got trigger happy and just started sewing without reading and without thinking. And when I showed it off on the live feed, somebody goes, "Where's the grass?" And I was like, "Where is the grass? I don't know where the grass is." So I didn't put the grass in. Not a big deal. I'm going to pull this apart. You guys have probably already put in the grass because you were reading the directions and not doing what I was doing. So let me go ahead and I am going to rip out these stitches. I love this. We carry the Kai seam ripper. It's kind of the same thing, but you can kind of pull apart. And as you're pulling apart, you don't have to rip every single stitch. You just kind of drag this across. So I'm just going to go ahead. And a lot of times I'll rest my hand on one side and then just go ahead and do this. And look how fast it is. So I'm going to also heat up my iron. So let me go ahead and do that too because I'm going to have to iron the grass on because I was so silly. And if you don't need to do this, I'm happy. I was so sad. I never want to lead you guys astray. And so if you wanted to get this, you can look on our website. Like I said, it's called the Kai seam ripper. And it looks a little bit different than this, but you get the gist of it, right? That way you don't have to rip out every single stitch. You just almost rest this against the stitches and pull apart as you're doing it. I like to rest one hand here and then with the other hand kind of pull it back. And then we will go ahead and put on the grass. Then I'm going to show you how to sew on those buttons with your machine. We'll sew this back together. We'll put the rest of the embellishments on. And it's not like I'm scraping this back and forth. I'm just kind of resting it against the stitches and pulling back. So easy. Easy peasy. I have a new filming setup that we're trying out. So hopefully this works for us and we'll have better quality video and we won't have our filming arm dropping. It'll be less frustrating for us. It was kind of just, there's so much out there. My issue, I don't know if you guys are ever like this, but sometimes I have trouble making a decision when there's too many choices. And when it comes to technology, I like Patrick to make those decisions for me. So we kind of did it together. And I'm going to just press this flat because I did press this seam back a bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and press that flat. Let's move that out of the way so I don't accidentally iron it. And I was tempted to just go ahead and not unstitch that and then just press it on top, but I wanted it to be perfect. So, and I hate that I did that, and I'm hoping nobody was following me along. I did put a note in the video that there was some oopsies. But honestly, I just don't have time to redo everything totally over again. So let's grab our bag of embellishments. And one of the embellishments is this. This is the pre-cut vinyl, HTV, heat transfer vinyl. When you get your HTV, it usually comes with a protecting coating on it. So I like to take this and I like to just bend it back towards the direction of the carrier, the plastic sheet. And then usually it'll separate pretty easily. There you go. You don't want to press it with that on it. So we're just going to go ahead and take this. And if you want to do a little bit at a time, you can do a little bit of it at a time. You're also probably going to want, oh my goodness, that just makes it, doesn't it? It just makes it. You're going to want to use your pressing sheet. And I have a Goddess pressing sheet, or at least I should have a goddess pressing sheet. Hang on just a second. Let me find it. And the other issue I have right now is this doesn't, my new filming system doesn't have a pause. Normally this is where I would pause and run around like a chicken without my head. Let's see if it's over here. So when in doubt, if ever you can't find your pressing sheet, then I always have muslin laying around, and I'm just going to use the muslin. But what you don't want to do is don't press directly like on the vinyl and stuff. That, it's going to get super soft, and if you leave it down too long, it could melt it, right? So we'll just put this down, and we'll just do a little bit at a time. When in doubt, use muslin. I did some classes at the store, and sometimes I don't like looking for stuff at the store. You know, I always feel like I'm in somebody else's kitchen because I don't do a lot of classes at the store, so I like to bring my stuff. And then I can't find it, so go ahead and just match that up. Going to do a little bit at a time and cover it over. What happens if you don't cover it over? I think I have pressed directly onto heat transfer vinyl, but honestly, I'm not recalling what happened. So cute. Okay. You just don't want to leave it on that vinyl for a long time. Just a little bit, and it gets really, really soft. I don't know what happens to that if you leave it on there for a long time, because I try not to do that. Was it the, oh, it was the bunny ears. Remember there was a block where I miscut it. Okay, I'm going to move this along. This is so cute. Oh my God, it's so cute. Yeah, the grass makes it. So if you're local in Reno, which is where I am, Dana has her sample. If you've seen it, she's posted it on Facebook. So if there's somebody who wants to, they don't have a bench. You don't want to do a bench pillow. You want to do a wall hanging. She posted it on our A1 Sew Along group, and it is so cute. So, okay, I'm going to just do this because it kind of has to fit under there so the door can close, right? I'm going to open that door, hold everything down. I think it says, what, 12 to 15 seconds or something like that. That's how long you want to hold it down. And then this is going to get sewn in. 1/4 inch is going to get sewn into your seam allowance. You could also cut this out. I think when Dana did a sample, I think she cut this out with her Scan and Cut because she has grass out of fabric for, she did like the cherry blossom, the trees, and made it into like a little wall hanging. I love Dana because she'll look at a project and she'll look at the individual designs and be like, oh yeah, I can do something with that. Okay, this is the one right here. Remember this one where I cut it? It should have been just like a 1/4 inch, but I like it like this, and I actually wish his little feet showed more, but this is totally fine. I prefer it like this. Otherwise, it's going to be covering it even more. So mine is cut a little bit high, and that was just a little blessing then, because I like it better because you can see more of it. So cute. And I'm just going to cut it right here because I'll just save this. What am I going to do with this little piece of grass? I don't know, but I'm sure there's going to be something that happens where I go, oh my God, I have that little piece of grass and it's going to be perfect. There we go. We'll peel the rest of this off. This, make sure you don't have that on there. This is your transfer sheet for your HTV. So if you were to cut out little pieces, you would leave it on there and then go and press it. And then, well, that's what I imagine. Because remember, I am not the scan and cut expert. I'm kind of an expert. Not really. I'm actually, I want to work on the OESD birdhouse. And I've been looking at the pattern because they want you to do like applique, fuse and fix. Or there's some kind of sheet that you need to fuse on there. And I've been looking at it going, yeah. No, I'm going to skip that step. And I'm so in my infancy with the scan and cut. Okay, I'm going to take this sewing machine and I'm going to sew this back on. You've already watched me do that in another video, so I'm not even going to show you that part. And I will be back when we put on the rest of the embellishments. Hey everyone, I am going to go ahead and attach the embellishments, and I'm going to do a combination of hand sewing. Actually, I'm going to use these needles, which are circa, I don't know, I bought them at a, I don't know, maybe a thrift store or garage sale for 50 cents, but these are perfect because I do need something that has a little bit of a bigger eye. Cotton darners, made in England. I don't even know the difference between these, but this is what I'm going to use. So I'm just going to put this away. And then for those buttons I can, which I think would be these little white buttons. If I can sew it on with the sewing machine, I'm going to sew it on with the sewing machine. So they just have to be, the holes have to be close enough that the needle can do a zigzag without any stitch length. And let's see if this is, and I think these are going to be just close enough, but I don't know for sure. We will see. And I think I could do the flower too. So we'll do the flower as well. And then these, and I'm going to seal it up before I drop this on the ground, and then they disappear into the abyss. These other ones, the ladybugs and the bumblebees, I think those holes are too far apart. So unfortunately, you're going to have to hand sew those. I'm punishing you today. You're hand sewing. So yeah, those are going to be, so all you have in width is 7 millimeters, and those don't even, those are underneath the white plastic part. So we can't even begin to do those. So let's start off with, let's just go in order, and I'm going to do the bumblebee first, which looks like it is going to be over here on this side. So let me see if I can image control, and here we go. We're going to be working over here on that. And then let's go ahead. I'm zooming in. I'm using my new camera system. And let's see if we can move that around. Done. And let me grab one of those needles. Now, I did grab some fun thread to use. I love Glamour. I wish we don't carry it. I can get you anything if you want to special order it. I just bought this set because I'm going to be using this in one of the classes. But we carried Razzle and Dazzle, which I absolutely loved, but it was too thick. It was almost too thick. We used it in the loopers of our sergers, but I'm actually preferring this, and this is a 12 weight thread. So this is fantastic, and it runs really well in those machines. So we're going to do the Bumblebee, and you can do any color you want. I'm a little limited in my color, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this gold. And let me grab a pair of scissors to use as well. And we have 2 bumblebees, so I'm just going to give myself, I don't know what that is, 20 inches. So I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to grab one of these needles because they have a little bit of a bigger eye. They'll still be sharp enough that I should be able to go through my fabric. Oh, they might be a little big. Are these all the same size? They are. Okay, we'll do the best we can with this. We'll see if it passes through. If not, we can go to another needle. What I'm going to do is I'm not even going to tie a knot in this because I want to tie it in the front and make it look really cute. So I'm just going to even off my ends. And let's grab one of our bumblebees. I'm going to put my, whoopsie daisies. Putting this over here so I can see. Big base. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to take these 2 ends and I'm just going to even them out. And then we're just going to sew these embellishments on. So let me go ahead. I'm going to do the bumblebee first. We should tidy up a little bit, huh? Oh well. Let's just go ahead. We can see where it's going in. Oh, and I'm going to go in this way because I want the little tail to stick out. Let's see if I can get that where you guys can see it better. Here we go. And I'll go in through the other side. We'll just do it just like that. I leave it this long so I can tie a knot. Now let's go in through this one, down through this. And back through these holes again. There we go. And I actually need these to go back up through there, don't I? Yep. It's been a long time since I licked thread. I needed to start with the button on. Sorry. There's one. And here's the other. There we go. And that should be enough. You know? Or should I go one more time? One more time. Down. Back up again. And what I've learned from this thread, because I used it, what did I use it on last? Something else. You do have to glue, because it will just come right undone. Because I tied like a double knot. So I'm going to tie one knot. I'm going to tie another knot, and then I'm going to glue it. And then I'm going to fray it. Frayed knot. Where's my glue? Let's use my is my I don't even know if they make this anymore, but I love this stuff. And I don't know if you can see that, but there's like a big ball of glue blocking it. Hopefully I can get it going again. Push them out of the way. Let me get it past. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and cut that, let it dry. Or you know what? I will let it dry and then I will cut it. But I'll cut this one side short right now because I need it to do the next button. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this side short. We can fray that later on. All right, next one. Put the button on first, Jeannie. Button first. Where does the next bumblebee go? The next bumblebee goes... Where does the next bumblebee go? Well, there's going to be something flying around, right? Probably up here. Or that could be the ladybug. Oh, that's a bumblebee. I'm looking right here at this picture. I know it's hard to see, but it is. We can look over here too. I think that was the first block that we stitched, wasn't it? Yes. So right there, you see the bumblebee right there. So we're going to put him up here. I'm going to put, uh-oh, lost a button already. It's going right here. I'm going to put this on first. There we go, just like that. And we'll just go through a couple of times. Don't pull this all the way out because you're going to need that. And of course, you don't need to be doing what I'm doing. You could use whatever thread you want. You could tie a knot. I just feel fancy when I do this. This is what fancy people do. I'm so not fancy. I try to be, but I'm so not. I'm like, what's the opposite of fancy? Plain, don't know how to decorate, not talented with this kind of stuff. I'm not good at blinging stuff up and embellishing. Okay, so now I have that through. I'm going to go ahead and tie this 2 times, and then I'm going to put some glue on it, and then I'll trim it down later after the glue dries. So let me go ahead and there you go. That is called Jeannie's trying to be fancy, but is not. But that's kind of cute, right? And then I'll go ahead and, does that even focus? All right, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue there just to hold it. If we can get the glue out. Oh, look it. There we go. There's the plug. Hopefully it comes out now. Nope. Maybe this has seen better days. There's a little bit coming out. I don't even know if that is liquidy enough to use. We'll see if that works. All right. Oh, we're going to need more of this, so let me put the cap on for right now. And I'll go ahead and cut that one. I'm just going to... He's cute. Throw this away. Next. Who's next? Next, let's do the ladybug buttons. This doesn't look like it's fraying, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut it. And we'll do the ladybug buttons. I have other glue. Why am I struggling? What is this in here? This is basting glue. I don't want basting glue. I want permanent glue. Okay, maybe I don't have any other glue. We'll just keep struggling with this one. All right, next, the ladybugs. What thread do I have? So I have this thread. This is going to be, this is Dazzle. It's a little bit thicker. This is going to be an 8-weight thread. Can you see how much thicker that is? It is thicker. So let's give myself a nice amount here. This is Hugo's Amazing Tape, which it's just like clingy stuff. So you can put that back on again. This is going to be a lot thicker going through. I know it's an 8-weight, so that doesn't sound like it's a lot thicker, but it is. All right, here we go. And if you want, we don't have to match. We could just, but I like it. I like it like that. Remember? I'm practicing being fancy. Where are the ladybugs going? I see one up here. Looks like there's one here and there's one over here. So one is on the carrot house. And he'll be easy to place because look, he's at the end of the little swirl. I put mine right on the end of the swirl. Maybe I wasn't supposed to do that. Maybe it was supposed to be a little separated because it looks like this one is not connected. There's a little bit of distance between this one and the end. So, okay, I'll do that. I got that. It's going to be a little harder to push through because the thread is going to be thick. Oh, went through really easily. And let's go through. Looks like it goes about here. Okay. That's good for me. All right, I'm good. I'm going to leave that much so I can tie it because I'm fancy. I'll just hold these out of the way this time. And maybe I'll just go through one more time. Up. All right, that's enough for me. Gonna tie him off. I'm gonna put a little bit of glue there and then I'll tie one more knot. If I can get it out. Oh, it's coming out now. I think I just had to. And we'll do the other ladybug. I don't know where that one came from. Okay, next one. I can trim that down a little bit too, but I'm going to wait and trim it down afterwards. Let me grab my next ladybug, and I think the next ladybug is going to be on the boot. So here he is. And it looks like he is sitting on one of the leaves. I don't know if you can see that. So let's go ahead and do that one next. And you can put these wherever you want. Don't feel like you have to. But you know what? I would be like, should I put it here? Should I put it here? So it's kind of nice that it's already decided for me and I can just lay it down. I'd spend all day just like figuring it out. So he looks like he is, should I make him like this? Something like that? That looks kind of cute, right? Or is he climbing up? We'll do him climbing up like they have in the picture. All right. Gonna go down through, leave a little thread sticking out, and then back up. That looks good to me. And let's just go down and up one more time. How about one more? I have extra thread. Okay, I'm going to tie one more knot. Little glue underneath. Okay, I guess I need a little permanent glue here. I mean, you could use like Gorilla Glue or like super glue, whatever you want. Do you like me struggling here? It seems like there's a little glue blockage. So, oh, there we go. And this, I think, dries clear. I'm going to put this back on. And I'm going to trim. And then we can fray later. All right. What's next? So we did the two ladybugs, the two bumblebees. I'm tired from pushing my glue down so hard. We're going to do this one. We're going to put the mushrooms on the mushroom house. So let's go ahead and we are going to go to the machine. So let me see. Are we on? All right. If you haven't sewn buttons on with your machine, it is so much fun and so easy. And I think I'm just going to use white for all of these because it'll make it easy to do it that way and not have to change it out. Because I could do orange for this one if you want. But we're going to take this over to the machine and we're going to take these things over to the machine. And let's go ahead and let's go over there. Dun, 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 dun. I have Indigo Girls in my head. I don't know why, but I do. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. I need to figure out how I'm gonna just move everything around easily. And we are going to do this one. Hang on. I'm trying to switch over. There we go. Okay. So Let me get down a little bit right there. All right. You need the regular ankle on for this one. So I'm going to go ahead and change this off. 90% of the time, I sew with my dual feet foot on. And I'm looking for my hoop screwdriver. The screwdriver that I, my favorite green handled one, which I found. And I don't know where I put it. Hang on, where's it? I actually brought another one home because I felt so desperate without it. I was going to use this, but I don't like this thing as much. For me, it's all about this because you can just put it on and just get your whole hand on it. So I do feel as I'm getting older, I'm going to be 55 this year. I always feel like my hands are already not as, they're not like new. They are not new anymore. So I'm going to put this on. You need the regular ankle. You're going to put it on from the back. Hand tighten. You should never just hand tighten and start sewing. That's going to shake off. And then you want to put this on and just, did you see how much? I mean, I literally rolled my hand like that. That's it. Don't crank it down too hard, but it should be where you can unscrew it by hand. We're going to take off this foot. And we are going to go over here to our settings for buttonholes. So I want you to go ahead and press that one. And the one that you're going to do is this one down here, 423. We are probably going to have to change our width. So that's okay. You're going to go ahead and we're going to show you how to adjust that. Sorry. Can you see? I think you can see, right? Let me put that down a little bit lower. Still working on this. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's do the flower first. So we're going to do this one. I'm going to change out my thread on the top. I had my gray on there, and I'm just going to go ahead and, you know what? Since I have my thread out, let's go ahead and put in orange. So we'll put in orange for the first one. Do I have any pretty orange variegated? If I can use variegated thread, I always do. Oh my goodness. Look what I have right here. This is Tootie. So wonderful thread. It's variegated and I love variegated. Variegated to me, it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. So I'm going to push off the wrapper. At some point, I'll just bring home one of every color. So I'm going to go ahead and thread her up. You should treat yourself to some variegated thread. And on the in the bobbin, I still just have my regular pre-wound bobbin in there. You don't have to put anything else. You can just leave that. Okay, so here's how you use this foot. So this foot, it has these metal pieces down here that kind of come away. And that's going to hold your button in there. And then you have this part right here. This plastic part comes down. And I don't know if you can see that, but it kind of creates a shank so that the button doesn't get sewn down super tight. This button, and you want to do that when you're sewing clothing buttons on, especially if you have like a tweed jacket or something like that. A lot of times I don't put it down because it doesn't sew it on super tightly, but depending on how thick the fabric is that your button's going to go through, then you might want to put that down to help create that shank. I'm going to pull it down back because I want it to sew this button down as tight as possible. And I'm going to grab my button. And you're going to put it in between. Do you see that? You're going to go in between the plastic part and the metal piece that holds it in place. And you want to place it so you can see those buttonholes right next to those red dots. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? And remember, there's a lot here that your needle can hit. You're going to hand roll. And then once you know you can confirm that it's not hitting anything, then you can go ahead and sew regularly, but make sure you selected that stitch. That stitch is going to be a zigzag stitch without any length, meaning it's not going to, feed dogs aren't going to move your fabric along. It's just going to go back and forth in place. And let's see. Let me see if I can. Do you have that? There we go. Where is that flower button going? Oh, he goes on the door of the carrot house. So let's open this up. We're going to slide this under. Let me put these out of the way. And do you see right here? That is where we're going to put them, on the carrot house. So let's go ahead. Here we go. That's where you want to put them. So I'm going to go ahead and look, there's not a ton of room here, but guess what? You have some extra lift. So you're going to grab back here and just lift up a little bit. You think you can't get them under there, but you can. And then we'll put them down. And I don't know if you can see this, but my button has moved. So you're going to resettle that. There we go. And then if you look, can you see? I can see, let's see if I can get you even closer. There we go. So we don't want to hit the any of that button or anything else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand roll into that right hole. Looks good, but I think I could come forward just the tiniest bit. And I'm making sure I don't have my foot down just yet. My foot is not down, so I can still move my button and I can still move my fabric underneath. So I'm just going to get it right in the right place. I'm going to hand roll, so I'm using my hand wheel. I usually do needle up, needle down, and I barely use my hand wheel, but in this case, you want to hand roll it into both holes, and guess what? It fits perfectly. It's not hitting anything. I never trust it, so I always do it one more time. And then if it looks good, go ahead and put your foot down and step on your foot control or use your start-stop. Use the presser foot button. There we go. Okay. And there it's doing a locking stitch. Normally, I do it twice. So it just did its whole stitch out. Now I'm going to press on the foot control again and do it one more time. And there it locks again. And it's done, and I'm going to hit my cut button. Okay, you have to pull it towards you to get it off of that button foot. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it towards me, and we are done. Isn't that great? And that thread didn't cut for some reason, so I'm just going to go ahead and give it a little cut. And we're going to do, and I'm not worried about it because it did a locking stitch in the beginning. It did a locking stitch in the end. And so, and I'm not washing this. If I was washing it, I might take it off, pull my threads along, put them on a needle, and then I would go ahead and tie it to the back. But this is just decorative. So let's do the next one. Next ones we want to do are going to be the ones on the top of the mushroom house. So let's go ahead and look and see how they want us to place them. And I'm just going to do it exactly like it shows it right here in the book. I'm going to do the same thing. So let's get our white buttons and we're just going to sew them on. And I will change my thread out. So I still have the orange thread, which looked so cute over here. It's kind of like a yellowish orange. I'm going to go ahead and take that out. And I'm just going to put some white thread in. White's in the bottom. I have white on the top of my machine, so I'll just go ahead and use that. Da 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 da. Here we go. Da 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 da. I haven't heard that song in so long. I don't know why it's in my head. I don't even know the words. It's not like something reminded me of the words. Okay, go ahead and thread her up. And let me see if I can find my buttons. Here they are. Honestly, if I can do it with with the machine. I always do it with the machine. I'll put these away before I lose them. Back in the bag. Okay, I'm going to leave the same stitch up. It's 423, folder 4, stitch 23 with the M-foot. M-foot's already on. And now I'm going to take my next button and I'm going to put that on. So let me go ahead. I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you. There we go. Okay, just pop it in there. You can see the buttonholes. You want to get those buttonholes lined up with the little red holes. I mean, not the red holes, but the red dots on the foot. This looks a little bit wider, so we might have to adjust our width. So right now my width is 3.5. So from here to here is 3.5. I'm going to change mine because I'm just looking at it going, ooh, I think it needs to be a little bit wider. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust it, and I'm going to go 4.5. Looks like 4.5 to me. Okay, let's try it now. Hang on. Okay, let's try that. Ready? You hand roll. And first we have to place the button too. We got to put them up on the cap, the mushroom cap. So I'm going to put one right up here. That looks good. Well, we have one right here too. We'll put them right there. How's that? All right, so we've got one right there. I'm going to hand roll first. So, perfect. Let's see if he makes it to the other side. Oh, perfect. Yeah, so 4.5 was perfect for these. I'm always scared to do it because I'm scared it's going to hit. But it looked good. It's telling me to put my foot down. Okay, there's my locking stitch. I'm going to do it one more time. Press on the foot control one more time. And there's my locking stitch. I'm going to hit my cut. Okay, you have to pull the button towards you. It has to come off of the little metal pieces, so you're always going to pull towards you. And let's go to the next spot. I think the next spot was like right about here. So let's go ahead and get another button. We're going to slide it on. We already know that 4.5 works, so we don't have to change our width. But you got to put your buttons in the right spot. And always hand roll first. You just want to make sure you hand roll and that they go in the right and the left without hitting anything. Does that look good? He looks good up there, right? Okay, so I'm going to hand roll in the right. Good. I'm going to hand roll in the left. Whoop, he needs to come forward just the tiniest bit. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, he's close. I need something I can kind of push it towards me. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. Okay, keep hand rolling to the right. I'm rolling. You always want to roll your hand roll towards you. Okay, he's good, but he didn't catch, so hopefully he catches the bobbin. Otherwise, I'm going to have to redo the bobbin. Put your foot down. Is he catching? Oh, he caught right there. Okay. There's the locking stitch. Do it one more time. And there's my locking stitch. Go ahead and cut. Okay, next one. Isn't this fun? I love sewing on buttons with the machine. So I'm going to pull it towards me to get him off of all of that. And I'm going to put the next one. We'll go ahead and put it right here. Let's see where the other ones are going to go. We're going to have one right here. And we're going to have one right down here. Okay, that looks fine. Done it? All right, so let's go ahead and do this one. So I'm going to go ahead and slide this on. I'm going to slide my fabric back too. Make sure he looks good. Place him on your fabric. That looks good. Make sure the button's in the right spot. You need something to move it. I was just using this. This is my OESD corner turner. Oh, he looks a little close. Let's try it now. We know 4.5 is good. That looks good. Go to the other side. Oh, that looks a little close. I'm just going to push the button toward... Oh, that was way too much. Okay, let's try it again. Good. Left, right. I think we're good. Okay. Put your foot down. Press. Locking. It'll stop once it's locked. Go ahead and take your foot off the foot control. Do it one more time. Locking. And then cut. And you could set up your machine where you put cut after lock. Do you know what I'm talking about? And then I'll do it for you. So you could set it up where you go ahead and turn this button on too, and then it's going to cut after lock. Okay, let's do the last two. Sorry. How's that? Here we go. Okay, well, next ones. We'll put that one here, and we'll put this one right here. Pull towards you to release it. Oh, he's getting stuck on the other one. Now we have all sorts of buttons all over the place, so you might have to. Let's go ahead and push this on. Foot has to be up for you to move that. Just like that. I can tell right now that's too far back. Okay, I want it right about there. Right there is good. All right, I like that. Hand roll. In the right. In the left. Oh, that looks good. I thought it was going to be too far back. It looks good. Okay, hand rolled all of that. I'm going to put my foot down, press on the foot control. There's my locking stitch. You're going to hear it cut. And let's do it one more time. Okay, last one. Remember, grab your fabric, pull it forward so the button will release. I'm going to do this last one right here. Get your button on there. Make sure it looks like it's evenly spaced. Place wherever you want it to be on the mushroom cap. Oops, that might be too far back. Okay, hand roll. That's good. Oh, that's a little close. Okay, I'm going to take this and bring them forward just the tiniest bit. There we go. Hand roll. Perfect. Hand roll left. Perfect. Okay, put your foot down. Press her foot down. Uh-oh. Guess what? Thread didn't catch. I'm going to just see if maybe he'll catch if I pull that down just a little bit more. Oh, good. He caught that time. There's my locking stitch. Cut after lock is on, so it's going to cut, and then I'll do it one more time. Hang on here. I don't know if Patrick reset my settings. Auto down. Okay. There's the lock, cut after lock, and we are done. So we did all of our little mushrooms. Don't they look so cute? They're so cute. We got them all now. Okay, mushrooms are done. Let's go ahead and let's see what we have to do next. I think we're going to be doing some of the twine. Twine and the, we're going to do twine and the sign and all of that stuff. So let's go back over here. Are we over here? Done. Okay, let me move this out of the way. I'm going to bring it back over here. My bunny fell out. That is so cute. I just love, I love, love, love sewing buttons on only with the machine. I do not love sewing buttons on at all. Only with the machine. Okay, here we go. Next. Let's look at our book. So, first thing it wants us to do is, we did this. Hand sew the white buttons onto the mushroom. Thread one strand of twine through each hole in the welcome button. Oh, got it. I was thinking this, not this. Here we go. So there's our welcome button. Where's our twine? Here's our needle. Okay. Throw this away. Ooh. Yeah, this is thick. This is really thick. I don't know. Can you get it through? How'd you guys do it? I honestly don't know if I can do it. I think you have to cut off this, let's cut this off and see. Okay, sometimes, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut it at an angle first and see if that helps. But I am I don't know if I can get it. Is it me? My, holes on my welcome button they're small. Oh my God. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to undo some of this because there's no way that I can get all of that through. I might be able to get 2 through. I don't think I can even do that. I'm going to take this off. My twine is way too thick. We'll see what we can do with this. So I think I can get 1 through. 1 through for sure. And we're going to tie it off here. Make it a little bit longer. Is it just me? There was no way I could do that. Guess what I'm going to do? A little more of this, because you don't want that to come undone. So before you cinch it down all the way, let's put a little glue there. Okay, and it wants it to go over the button, so let's see if I can get it. This way I'm going to have to undo quite a bit, because I want it long enough that I can tie it. It's going to hang off of here, so it doesn't, I'm going to tie it, I'm going to cut it here, because I need it a little bit longer. Okay, so I think I went this way. I'm going to need that again. Mushroom. Oh, mushroom. So he's going to hang off of this. Is he hanging off this one? He's hanging off this one. Does he hang like over the door? I don't think so. Maybe to the door. That's so cute. Oh, I just love that. It's adorable. Okay, I'm going to tie this. And put some glue here and then tie the other knot. With my handy dandy, easy to come out glue. There we go. Let's smear them around. All right, put a little more. Seriously? This is hard to get out. Where's this? There's got to be something blocking this. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you can see that, but that whole thing is just old glue trying to get in the way. Oh! Shoot! Shoot, shoot, shoot. That's all you heard. Shoot. My dogs are running over. Shoot. Poppy. Hi. Hi, Pops. Hi, Pops. Yes. Go lay down, Pops. Okay. I think we're good now. I'm just going to go ahead and cut this. And you can fray the, I mean, that'll be really fun once it dries to like fray that up a little bit. Open it up. Because that's so cute. All right, and then I'm going to hang them over that button. And it's cute where it's like, there we go. Something like that. Is it too low? So adorable. I love it. Okay, next. Mini clothesline block. Optional B button. We did that. Optional hand sew the button next to the B trail. Did that. And now we are going to mushroom home and bunny boot. 24 inches, 1 to 3 strands as desired. Okay, so you were supposed to like pull that apart, which I would have never have known. But you could leave all 3. It says 1 to 3. You need the clothespins. And we are going to go from this part of the boot over here. Let's see if I can. Here we go. So we're going to go from here to here. And I'm going to take this apart again because that twine is way too thick. And I'm just going to leave. Maybe we'll do 2 this time. But let's undo this one. Here we go. Dun, dun. And then I think that might be it. Then we just leave it for when we put the pillow all together. And I'll leave the buttons on. Those aren't going to be anywhere close to the edges, but I might take off some of the embellishments. Like I might take this off and maybe the clothesline just so it's not all bulky, but I might just leave it too. It's all in the middle, so it's not like it's going to, hello, welcome. There's a little chick. Now, it's going to be hard to, I might tie it and then sew it down over here next to the bunny. I might have to sew it down there. I've never worked with twine where I had to undo it. Okay, the neighborhood dog is barking. My dogs might lose it. I'm just warning you. Okay. Do you think we have enough? I might be able to use that pin and pull it through. Like that would be the best, wouldn't it? That's got to be enough. All right, you can tie a bow in one end. We could do this. Let me see how hard this is going to be if we tie a bow. And then if we put it under here. Really does kind of push them up a little bit. Oh, I got a little bit of glue there. I'm probably just going to use this. Excuse me. Oh no. That's a battle cry for Poppy. I don't know what it is with her, but she feels like she needs to save. Thank you. You saved me. You saved me. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Okay. I'm good. I'm good. You saved me. Okay. Go lay down. But if she hears you sneeze or cough or you have a tickle in your throat, she comes running. And she wants to like love up on you and save you. And Momo doesn't do that. And none of my other dogs did that either. But you want to tie one bow just like that. What do you think? Is it too measly? I don't even know what this goes to. Does it even go to this? That doesn't look too measly, does it? If it does, go ahead and try another one. See what you get. You might like this better. Tie it as tight as you can. And then okay, you're going to get kicked out. Backyard. Come on. So the one down thing with my new filming system is there's no pause on it. So I'm going to have to figure that out. What do you think? Is that better? Or is that too chunky? Is that too chunky? And then we'll have to do another end that kind of gets wrapped around here. I almost feel like, where's the clothesline? Ooh, now that this is came out, we got to cover that up. Although we will put some glue on it. Okay, here is the clothesline. And that would need to be a lot more taut. I think it's kind of fun to have these dimensional. That's so funny because it's a little bit wavy. And so I wonder if it's supposed to like, if we're supposed to tack it down so that it doesn't, so that it's not just like maybe it's supposed to be blowing in the wind. Like if we put it right here, and then this has clothespin down here, and then I think it goes kind of like, oh, it goes up on this one. Is he too chunky? So we'll have to sew it down like that. Okay, I'm going to think about it. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off because that'll give me plenty to put it down. And then we could go ahead and tie this. And we're going to have to sew that down on that end. So let's go ahead and sew that down because no better time than the present to do that. Because for me, I won't want to do it later. It literally is like little stuff like that that keeps me hung up, that I don't get stuff done. I'm like, I don't feel like it. I'm looking for a thread color that's going to match. Here we go. What is that? Coffee? Coffee. We're going to sew that down. At the very least, we're going to sew that down. And then maybe we'll tack it down in a couple other spots. I'm going to use a smaller needle. And we'll put this big one in here too. Ooh. Maybe he's too chunky to get in there. Too chunky. We'll have to put him with the other needles that he came with in the pack. Okay, handwork really gets me to not do stuff. I'm going to show you how to tie a triple knot all at once. So you're going to match your ends. And I know it's a little hard to see. I like them to poke out to the right-hand side. I'm going to put my finger there so the tails are going to the right. I'm going to tie it around 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to pinch right here. And I'm going to pull it through. And that will give you a triple knot all at once. And so you have a nice big chunky knot on the end of your thread. Okay? All right. I'm just going to sew it right under here. I should go through the back. All right, let's do it the right way, Jeannie. Not the quick way. And we're going to go right here through the back of the boot. I'm going to go right up through the top, not through all the stitching. I'm going to tie this down from the back. There we go. And it looks so cute, although I have some threads back here that didn't pull through. I'm pulling through right now. I'm going to do it one more time. Or 2 more times, or 3 more times. Here we go. Dun. Okay, one more time. Can't help myself. I just got to do it. One more time. One more time. I'm going to sew it one more time. And I'm going to tie it off in the very back. Because this I'm not leaving in the front and making it look cute. Because I'm so fancy. Okay, when I tie it off in the back, I usually will do this. 1, 2, 3. And now I get a triple. I wrapped it around my needle 3 times. I'm going to pull this all the way down to the fabric. And then put my thumb on it and pull. And that should be a triple knot. But sometimes I do a couple more. 1, 2. Pull all the way down to the bottom, to the fabric. Hold it down and tie again. I'm all about the triples and the doubles. Okay, so that is tied on right here, right? Ooh. Here we go. We should glue it. Where's the glue? Do you go... How does she lose things? Oh, there they are. She didn't go anywhere. How is she so talented? Okay. The glue is like flowing now. Now that plug is already up there again. I'm traumatized from the last time when it all came out all at once. There we go. Okay, we'll see if that holds that. And now it looks super, super cute. And then we have this one over here. I should have used the shank on this because look, it doesn't fit underneath the button. But we'll put it this way. Under this side, around this, and then we're going to tie it down and see if we can get it to be down at least a little bit. There we go. Oh, it does. It wanted a bow over here. Shoot. You know what we're going to do? I'm going to tie it. I'm going to tie the bow, and then we're going to, I'm going to sew it down again. So hopefully my twine is big enough. This is double twine. Okay, where are my clothespins? Here they are. They're so cute. I'm going to probably, I'm going to work on this because I want it to be tighter. I want it to be tighter. I'll probably tack it down in a couple of spots. I might just put it there on top of the house. I could put it here. I'm going to put it up here, I think. Maybe we'll put it right there. Oh, and they also show it with a little bit right up there. I'm going to sew it down. I think I'm going to sew it down right here. I use a little bit of glue to kind of hold this knot. Because I don't want this to come undone. And we'll sew it down just like we did the other one. Okay, triple knot. Ready? Two ends, have them both pointing to the right. Lay your needle on top and wrap. 1, 2, 3. Squeeze and then pull. Like thread it up and pull. And there's your triple knot. Isn't that amazing? That was like, I went to a class and they taught us that. And I was like, okay, that was so worth it. Sorry, you're not seeing, not a great angle, right? Okay, here we go. Go through the back of this, so back down through again. I have some things where I really didn't take time attaching my embellishments. I used to, if I could do it, I used to literally just glue everything, hot glue gun. That was the way I put everything on. And some of those things fell off. So now I'm like, okay, with this, not that hot glue isn't amazing, because it is, but sometimes you really do need to sew down your embellishments. Oops, that got wrapped around my button, didn't it? Here we go. Okay, I'm going to tie it down. 1, 2, 3, needle through, but hold that knot right at the fabric and put your thumb on it. And I'll do it one more time. 2, 3. Okay, he is sewn down and he looks very cute. I am going to put a little bit more glue down on that. And then I'll decide if I want to like sew something here down. For right now, it looks kind of cute just the way it is. And I think we're done. So this is how it looks with all the little embellishments. This should be dry enough for you to kind of fray that. And you can trim this down if you want. This one's pretty short over here. And I might put a little bit more glue if I can get it out. If I can get this, if only I could get this big piece out. Because he keeps blocking everything off. But I might put some more glue in here, just to make sure this doesn't come undone. Cute. Love it. And that is the last of the embellishments. So we did the grass. We did all of our buttons. Hope that if you've never sewn buttons down with your machine, that you're not too scared to try it, because it's kind of fun, I think. And then you can obviously hand sew everything that you want to hand sew. And that's it. Thanks so much for joining me. That is Hopping Down the Bunny Trail embellishments. And they're just so cute, aren't they? So cute. Here, aren't they cute? What do we have here? We have everything. All right. We will see you later. Bye.